Have you heard of the terms breadcrumbing, love bombing, ghosting, or any of these other hookup culture words out there? Want to know why these common scenarios with men have special names and what you can do to avoid them? I'm about to discuss 13 commonly coined dating problems and what you can do about them right now. Hey guys, I'm dating and relationship coach Ryan Patrick. So today is gonna be a little quicker pace than usual because we have a lot of scenarios to get through. And most of these scenarios we're gonna go through were coined by people from my millennial generation. But just understand, they really apply to all of you that are currently single and searching for men. And to be fair, you're probably gonna see these scenarios play out with younger men. So if you're curious about how they might be affecting you and your dating endeavors, stay tuned. Now, before jumping in, I want to thank Miss Anthropy and Sweet Smarts for our video topic today. These are two awesome ladies that have been very active in the comments of a lot of my videos, and I just want to thank you two for joining the discussion and contributing so much to it. So this video is for you two. Now, let's get into those 13 common scenarios you may run into when meeting new men. And please take note that these scenarios cut both ways. Men do them to women, and women also do them to men. The first scenario is known as benching. This one we've all experienced. Benching is when a person keeps us at arm's length, but they know that we like them. Now, you'll know benching is happening because you'll never go on a one-on-one date with them, but they will like your social media posts and also flirt with you via text. This one should be an easy one to spot because you won't feel like a priority to him at all. So honestly, don't waste your time with these guys. Let him go get his ego stroked somewhere else. After all, you've got better things to do. Next, please. The second scenario is called cushioning. If a guy is cushioning you, you'll know because he'll be venting to you about his current girlfriend. Yes, current as in right now. He's essentially using you as his emotional buffer to cushion the blow just in case things go bad with her. This is yet another scenario where he's gonna be looking to get his ego stroked. So he's gonna be flirting with you and he's gonna be complaining about this other girl to you. So don't let him. Shut it down. Even if he says he's going to end it or he just ended it, you don't have time to be someone's rebound girlfriend. Just reduce your interaction with them and slip away. The third scenario is called creeping. Now, creeping is just another name for cheating. Why we can't just call it cheating, we will never know. So if you're in a relationship with a guy and you never know where he is or he's blaming you for cheating on him, big red flags. Cheating or creeping can be hard to avoid, unfortunately, because it's more common than you think. Now, I'll link to a video up here that goes into much more detail about cheating that you definitely want to check out if you think you might be in this particular scenario. For now, just make sure you guys are avoiding people that have those selfish or immature qualities, or those guys that clearly have a fear of commitment with you. The fourth scenario is love bombing. On its face, love bombing actually looks like a good thing at first. It's exactly how it sounds. A guy is showering you with attention and affection, but with the goal to influence or even manipulate you. Love bombing is what cults do to indoctrinate you into their seemingly harmless community. Some ways you guys will know if a guy is doing this to you are overt signs of attachment, him wanting a commitment too early, excessive compliments, him having constant contact with you, or you guys just spending way too much time together. You avoid love bombing by not moving too fast with him because his goal is to lock you down fast. So they're either manipulating you or they're codependent, and both of these end badly for you. The fifth scenario is catfishing. This one is a little bit more well-known. Catfishing is using a false persona to lure someone into a relationship. Made popular by the MTV show, a catfish isn't just lying about one or two things, they're lying about virtually everything. Usually a catfish is targeting a very specific type of person that they're attracted to, but ultimately they're seeking to gain something from these people. Something as simple as your kind words and affection online. So to avoid this, you want to look for inconsistencies of online profiles, especially photos. If it seems that they never really want to see you in real life, run. And if it seems too good to be true, It probably is. The sixth scenario is deburging, or also known as kitten-fishing. This is simply a milder form of catfishing. It means that someone is lying about a couple of things in order to get a relationship with someone. This is typically done through online dating. So if the person that you're chatting with avoids subjects or just doesn't have a lot of information on their profile, beware. The best rule of thumb is to trust your gut. If his photos seem a little off to you, do a reverse Google image search to see if they pop up anywhere else on the internet. If you catch them in inconsistencies or even lies, let that be all you need to cut that person off. The seventh scenario is called submarining. A submariner is your true hot and cold dater. They'll even give you a lot of attention and even intimacy before completely ghosting you. Now, this one tends to sting a bit because you typically already have an established relationship with this person before they disappear. Then sometimes they magically reappear, kind of like a submarine on the horizon. If this happens, hold this guy accountable. Don't put up with that nonsense. If they can't account for themselves, then they don't deserve to be with you. The eighth scenario is called zombieing. Zombieing is a less severe form of submarining because it means they ghosted you and then rose from the dead. It's a less severe form of submarining only because you probably had limited contact with this person, maybe 1 or 2 dates, and you certainly have not had sex with them yet. So if they do come back and they rise from the dead, they either want to play you again or they genuinely want a second chance with you. And just like with submarining, you want to call out that sketchy behavior and demand an explanation. If they seem more earnest to you this time around, it's totally up to you whether you give them a second chance or not. The ninth scenario is called stashing or pocketing. This scenario involves a guy stashing or pocketing you away for meeting their friends or their family. So just understand, not meeting his friends or his family in the first couple months of dating him is completely normal. You're still getting to know each other, you're still establishing a relationship together. But if it's been a whole year and there's still been no meet and greets, something's up. One big sign is he'll completely avoid conversations about them or avoid conversations about your relationship in general. To avoid stashing or pocketing from happening, simply express interest in meeting them right around the 3-month mark, right when the honeymoon period is ending. If he's evasive about this at the end of the honeymoon period, things might be over with him. The 10th scenario is called breadcrumbing. This guy will send you little flirty texts while being completely non-committal with you. He's trying to bait you for sex. That's it. The breadcrumbing guy does not want to put in a lot of effort with his first endeavor or series of endeavors with you, so you will not see a lot of effort from him at all. Some common signs of breadcrumbing would be things like having conversations with him that completely lack substance, or you've never been on a date with them ever, or they're just pushing to have sex or a sexual encounter with you via conversations over the internet and through text. So with these guys, you never want to invest more than what he's investing into you. Make sure you date him. Actually go out on a date or more than one date before you have sex with him at a minimum. Otherwise, as I always say, wait 30 days before you have sex. It'll clear a lot of this up. The 11th scenario is called roaching. A guy is roaching if he's dating other people while you think you're exclusive with him. Like with cockroaches, it's called roaching because whenever you see one, there's always more that you can't see. Signs of roaching will be him never being honest with you about who he's hanging out with. He'll be secretive about conversations he's having, and there'll be a lot of people in his contacts that you've never heard of or met before. Something's just gonna feel off with this guy. To avoid these guys, just ditch them as soon as you see or have an inkling that he's been hanging out with another girl. No second chances, bye-bye. The 12th scenario is called Scrooging. This one is pretty much how it sounds. A guy will dump you right before the holidays or your birthday or your anniversary. If this happens, just take it as a blessing in disguise and just walk away. Things probably were in a bad place for a while leading up to this. Now, the biggest sign that you're gonna get Scrooged is he won't make any plans leading into the holiday because he knows he's just about to pull the plug with you. It's gonna be tough to avoid this scenario, but if you notice this sign, make sure you wait until the very last minute before you buy him a gift. That way, you save yourself a little money. The 13th scenario is called cuffing, or cuffing season? Nope, we're not talking about getting arrested together here. Cuffing simply means you're in a committed relationship with someone. You're cuffed to them. Cuffing season is when those new relationships start in the fall and winter months when it's a little colder and you want someone to snuggle up with. Cuffing is the only one on this list that's a good thing. If you want to avoid it, become a hermit. Don't talk to boys, but I don't think any of you actually want that. So guys, I want you to do me a favor right now. So I realize that we have a lot of women and men that are coming from different backgrounds and different age groups. Now I'm thinking about doing YouTube lives every other week, but each YouTube live will have a very specific theme that coalesces around a very specific demographic. So for example, one YouTube live will be the high school and college group. Another YouTube live will be the 20s and 30s millennial group. Another YouTube live will be the 40s and 50s Generation X group. And then finally, another YouTube live will be the 60 plus baby boomers group. That way we have a smaller, more relevant group for that conversation on that day that's gonna pertain to more of you in that group. So what do you guys think of that idea? If you could let me know down in the comments, I definitely appreciate it. I'd also love to know if you guys have had any experience with any of the 13 scenarios I just went through. So let me know in the comments. Guys, if you like this video, please give me a like below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next week.